The opinions expressed on this program are solely those of individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of either Spectrum Generations or Time Warner Cable. Mature Lifestyle is made possible by Hollywood Slots of Bangor, where every player's a star, and by Knowlton Hewins Roberts Funeral Homes and Cremation Service. Our homes are warm and welcoming, and we take care of you and your family like we would our own. Call us anytime. We are here for you.
Welcome to Mature Lifestyle. I'm Dott Freeman. The falling leaves are drifting past your window. It's time to think about weatherizing your home, home safety, and what better place is there to do that than at Lowe's in Augusta, Maine. I'm happy to introduce today Rodney Wohlford, who is the store manager at Lowe's in Augusta. Thank you, Rodney, for inviting us here and putting together this terrific set.
Well, thank you, Dot. We're glad to have you guys and can't wait to show the folks out there a lot of good stuff we can help them out with.
I think we have a lot of questions. And also Clough Toppan. And Clough, you are an energy auditor and a consultant for home safety as well as energy, is that right?
Yes, environmental health and energy audits in homes and commercial resident businesses.
Okay. How long have you been doing that, Clough?
I've been doing specifically that work for about 6 years.
And you do residential energy audits, but you also do commercial energy audits. Tell us about that.
Well, residential energy audits are aimed at trying to upgrade insulation and that sort of weatherization work. Commercial is a little different. It's more on the energy saving for pumps and motors and lighting particularly, things of that sort. But both of them usually add tremendous savings.
Do most residential homeowners, do they take advantage of energy audits? Should they be taking advantage of energy audits?
They really should. As an energy auditor, I'd like to see more of that done. But most people are familiar with home inspectors in the case of real estate transactions, and energy auditors are very much like a homeowner, a home inspector, but it's a little twist. And that is that we're looking specifically at ways to increase savings by weatherizing the home, insulating better, fixing bad insulation practices, that sort of thing.
Can it really save a homeowner money?
Absolutely. Between the air sealing, which we'll be talking about a little bit later, and adding more insulation, it's easily a 40% savings on most older homes, even newer homes. Home 30 years old, you'll save 30 to 40%.
So people can save 40% in a year on energy savings.
On oil, whatever their heating source is.
Right. Now you also mentioned that there are loans that are available for people. I believe one that's out there is called the PACE.
Right.
Tell us
PACE
about
is
that.
on the Efficiency Maine website. It's a statewide program passed by the legislature. It does require the town to pass an ordinance. Many towns have already done that, however. If the listeners want to go to efficiencymaine.com and search for PACE, P-A-C-E. It stands for Property Assessed Clean Energy. This is a $15,000 loan up to 10 years at, I believe, 5.9% interest. It's a really good program because the payment of the loan is, in fact, the savings that you've made through your weatherization efforts. So at the end of a payback period of maybe 5 years, you're actually making money, even though you may still be paying the loan off.
That's great. Rodney, I want to talk about some home safety features, and these are things that are available at Lowe's, but they are important to have for home safety. The first one is a fire extinguisher.
Yes, it is.
Important.
Absolutely, and the fire extinguisher is very important to pick exactly what needs you have. You have ones for electrical, ones for a grease, and different things like that. So the one thing you want to do is look at the ratings on the side, and it'll tell you is this for electrical fire, is it for a gas fire, and so forth. But definitely a fire extinguisher is one of the most important things a homeowner can have.
Got to have that in your home. Also, we have and this is very, very important, and it is an escape ladder.
Absolutely, and this is probably one of the most underutilized items we have. Some people think that this is not important, but if you have a 2-story house, it's very important to have it for the kids, yourself, and always, always take practice and do like your own fire drill at the house.
Sure, sure. And what does a ladder cost?
This particular ladder?
Yeah.
Let me see here. I'm sorry.
We'll do a price check.
Sorry. It's just under $30.
Under $30, and it's a ladder that gets somebody out of the 2nd floor.
Yes, ma'am.
We also have a radon kit. This is a detection kit. Important to have?
Absolutely, and Clough can probably even expand a little bit more on the radon.
Yes, sure. Just briefly, radon is a tasteless, odorless gas that causes lung cancer. It's the 2nd highest cause of cancer after smoking. And this detection kit is similar to a lot that you can get. You can go to laboratories, or you can get these home kits.
But it's important to have in one's
absolutely.
home.
You should test it in your basement and get the results in the mail.
And we also have a smoke and carbon monoxide testing unit. This is important to have.
Absolutely, and what's nice about this unit right here, you just said it's smoke and carbon monoxide. So a lot of people do the smoke, but carbon monoxide, you can't even tell it's there. So a warning like this, it gives you 2 separate warnings, so you know if it's going to be a smoke alarm or a carbon monoxide.
Terrific. So much to cover. Stay with us. We'll be back.
There's no place like Hollywood. From the newest slots to blockbuster jackpots and all the excitement you can handle. This is where you're in the spotlight. You're the star. A place where the action never stops and the night is always young. Hollywood, the name says it all.
Spectrum Generations. Live healthy, live well. Get answers, get connected. Spectrum Generations, specializing in the art of aging.
Life should be celebrated. It's a special day when family and friends gather together to celebrate the life of a loved one. A celebration of life helps us honor our loved one and keep our memories alive. Whether you're planning a traditional funeral, a creative celebration of life, or a blend of both, at Knowlton Hewins Roberts, we are truly committed to meet the personal and unique needs of you and your family. Knowlton Hewins Roberts. Visit us online or visit our 2 locations in Augusta and Winthrop.
We're back, and I'm here with Richie Howe, and Richie is called a project specialist, but let me assure you that this is an extraordinary man who knows how to do everything relative to walls and windows and doors, and how to make these much more energy efficient. Thanks, Richie. So walk us through. And I want to start over here. This is insulation, yes?
Yes, yeah. These are the 2 forms of blown-in insulation that you can blow in walls, blow in attics. We do sell it here, and we also sell the equipment to blow it in. And the idea is to, fill this here is left down just to show how it goes in, but the idea would be to fill this pocket all the way to the top, and the same way here.
Okay, let's talk then about windows.
Then we move over to a window. This is represent what's behind your sheetrock, and what's behind your sheetrock, there's gaps. Now, if you had sheetrock this and you had a big gap like that, you got to fill it, because anything like this, air is going to leak out, and it's going to be energy that you're losing right out through the wall.
And this is insulation, multi-purpose.
Yes.
And this is available at Lowe's. And one takes this out and actually
and
stuffs
just stuffs
it in there.
It fills that hole. Very fluffy. You don't have to put it real tight. You can rip it, cut it.
Yeah.
You can just pull it apart like that.
Oh.
And you can just fit it, just fill it in as you go down through, nice and fluffy. And when you get the whole crack filled, you also, when you get it all done, you want to fill it nice and fluffy like this.
Yes.
You'd want to tape that because you need a vapor barrier. because the air will still seep through that.
Okay.
And then when you come to the window, there's
And what if you have a small crack? This has a small
Then
crack.
you have all these different types of beautiful things here.
Yeah.
And what you'd do is you'd shake that up, tip the can upside down.
Upside down.
And then you'd probably start, and then you'd just push it in there.
Whoa!
There you go.
This is great stuff.
Yep, you stick the right in there and
Yeah.
pull the trigger and just move along slow.
Oh, yeah.
And don't worry about the mess, because it's afterwards, after it falls, you can cut it off.
You can cut off your mistakes.
Once
I
it
love
all,
this.
yeah, and then also, well, we have another form of, this goes underneath the window.
Now this is an adhesive
This
piece.
is like a piece of adhesive. We got a little, yeah, but if you had a leakage underneath the window, there's air can go out through there, and you don't want that. So what you do is you'd put this in, glue it down. It's got some stickum on it, and then you'd pull this tape off here, and then when you closed the window and locked it, you'd keep the air from
So
going
you're
out
not
there.
losing heat through
Very-
the walls,
Walls.
or the windows.
Yep.
Okay, what else have we got?
Then we got over here, this is the same basically as there. Now this is a conventional way of putting insulation. This has already got the vapor barrier on it. It's pulled up to the top where it's tight right up there. It's stapled across the top.
Yes.
There's no leaks, everything's tight. You get down here, it just goes in very easily. It's all pulled out like this here. You just push it in, push it in, push it in. When you get to the bottom, you want to peel it back, and you want to pull it down real tight and staple it tight. Because like over here, we left this for a reason. There's a gap there.
Yeah.
Air can just right
Gaps
out.
are bad.
Gaps are bad. You take a small gap like that, you add it up through the whole house, a little here, a little there. Next thing you know, 10, 15%, that's going right out your door with your oil bill.
Okay,
it's
and so
crucial.
this is easy to do. People
Very
can do
easy
this
to
at
do
home.
in new constructions, remodeling a bathroom or something like that. This is the way to go. That over there is more to, you could drill a hole in the wall, stick your hose in, blow it in till it fills up.
Okay.
Yep.
Now let's talk about. Here we have windows.
When you come to windows,
and this drape is what?
This drape is made for keeping the, keeps the heat out in the summer,
Sure.
and it keeps the heat in the winter.
Okay, so the white backside of this reflects.
Yep, you can-
and this also saves from drafts. Is that
Take
right?
some drafts, at night or something when you pull this close, and there's other options. This here is the same idea. This is full of.
Yes.
This does the same idea. We've got a. When you pull that down, it will cut back on the drafts. This stuff is for older windows, older houses. These are little tricks that you can put in the older houses.
Okay. And so
New-
if somebody comes to Lowe's in Augusta, Maine, you will help them understand
Exactly.
all of this.
We have it all here. We have specialists all through the store that can do that. There's film you can put on the window. that will
Okay,
keep-
I don't know if people can see this, but there is
half this window is clear.
Sure.
And this is a film that puts on it, does the same thing. It doesn't do quite as much as one of these, but the combination of these really does make
Really
a difference.
effective.
You can see it, especially if you took a test here and here, the difference in the coldness.
Okay.
And then these things here.
Let's
now,
talk about doors.
doors. Doors are crucial too, because the door has got to fit tight. First, the jamb on the bottom is adjustable on newer doors, some of the older ones, but most of them adjustable. These caps pop right off. You can adjust that jamb with these screws up and down to fit tight on this. Now, if these wear out, you can replace them with one of them.
Okay.
That goes on the bottom of the door here. You cut it to fit, screw it on, and that will replace that sash across the bottom. Another key is all the way around the door, you have a seal here. And you want to make sure that's nice.
What's this made of?
Well, this is like a foam with a rubber on it.
Okay.
It's called like a J.
And people can come and buy this.
You can buy this
you
to
cut it
replace.
fit.
Yeah, you can buy this to replace this, and this is crucial too. It wants to be fluffy. It doesn't want to. A lot of times after years or so, it'll be hard, and then when the door shuts, the leakage can go through.
Okay,
it.
so people can do this in their home, and then over a period of time, they may want to come back and do it
They
again.
may want to look at it and see how it is, because if it gets brittle or
Yeah.
dries up, it won't. But these are all key areas. Even the closing of the door, you want to make sure when the door's closed that it closes nice and tight against that foam, because if it doesn't, the air will just leak right around it.
Because gaps are bad.
Gaps are bad.
Okay, let's talk about this window. What
Now
do
the
we have
window
here?
over here, this is what we have over here. Now this is people do this in the older houses too. This is like a wrap.
It's a film.
It's a film, and you put you've got a double-sided tape underneath there. We have it right here. You pull the tape off, and you put this down like this. Mm-hmm. And they got this all set up for me to do real simple here.
Great.
Oops. And then you just film this in all the way around. I'm going to get this right out of the way if I can.
Okay.
And
And this is a handy dandy hair dryer.
yeah, and then what we'll do, acts like a shrink wrap.
Yeah.
That if you went with the dryer and keep it back a few inches and
Sure.
and go back and forth, and what that will do is it gets hot, that will shrink right out nice and level so you can see out through it good.
Again, no gaps, no loss
No
of
gaps.
hair.
Yep, and we also, in back there's another similar thing. There's the same similar as the rubber that we put over there that can go under the window, so it'll close that window real tight, and there's tons of little...
Yeah, I see. So whether you have extra large windows or different sizes, a patio door, and these door guards, these are all available.
There's insulation to do anything out there. Whether you got a new house, old house, you name it, you can get it. There's no reason why your house shouldn't be tight in the wintertime now.
Keep your house tight in the wintertime. Gaps
Right.
are bad.
Gaps are bad.
Thank you, Richie. We'll be back in just a moment.
Spectrum Generations. Live healthy, live well. Get answers, get connected. Spectrum Generations, specializing in the art of aging.
There's no place like Hollywood. From the newest slots to blockbuster jackpots and all the excitement you can handle. This is where you're in the spotlight. You're the star. A place where the action never stops and the night is always young. Hollywood, the name says it all.
We're back, and now we're going to talk with Clough Toppan about some of the energy savings items that are available for you at Lowe's. So, Clough, tell me what we're seeing here.
Well, the last segment was about insulating walls and air sealing. This segment is really trying to talk about ways in which you can do little weatherization tips to help block air again. And it's a combination of different things, always saving you money. This item here is a programmable thermostat, really important, especially for families that are away during the day. You can program it for 7 days a week. It can turn the heat down before you leave to work, turn it on before you come back, turn it on before you go to bed.
So you manage that. That
saves a lot of money.
Worthwhile
really
too.
They're about $70 and they really are worth it.
All right, now we have a couple of different outlets. What's the difference in what we're seeing here?
What we have here is these individuals have seen these over the years, these foam pads. They use them for all sorts of different applications, different types of fittings.
Right.
What the foam does, it keeps the cold air in a home that is lacking insulation.
Because gaps are bad.
Yes, gaps are bad, and you don't want a lot of air moving through the home.
All right.
So the foam keeps that down.
Does it really work?
Absolutely.
Show us, because we've got an ice pack behind one of these.
What we have here is, in this one here, you can show with a laser, there's an ice pack here, and you can see the dark blue shows that it's cold, and there's no foam in that.
Okay, no foam here, and an ice pack. It even feels cold to the touch.
Now
and
down here in this one, we have put some foam in there, and it retards the cold.
Substantially?
Yeah.
Okay.
So these are good, and then these little safety devices for children not only are good to keep kids' fingers and things out of there, but it keeps the cold air from coming out, because as you can see, the opening is still there, with or without foam, so you need to have the caps.
Well, that cap keeps me out, so it must be a good device.
Yeah, it's a safety. Yeah.
Okay, what else?
This is a timer for an electric hot water heater.
All right.
These are really very valuable tools, especially again for a family that's out during the day. For the same reason any of these other timers work, it basically shuts the water heater off.
Okay.
Because they're so insulated, if somebody needs water, even when they come home from work, it's probably going to be
still
warm.
gonna be hot.
But because you can program it, it'll turn it up so
So you manage the energy
yes,
throughout the day
and you'll
when you're
save
not
20% of your electrical bill.
20%.
Right, now these use about, this is say
This is
$500
a water heater,
a
right?
year. Yes, this is an electric, this uses about $500 a year.
Okay.
So you would probably save about 20% by using the
$100 a year. Okay. Now these are pipes.
Yeah, these are foam wraps. We have different types. This is a high density foam, and then this is more of a open cell type foam. And it's easy to put on. We'll see how you slide it in there.
We use me as the model of how easy it is.
They have a little gap of tape that's not here on this one, but you peel it off. It's similar to this yellow. You peel it off and it sticks.
And then you seal it back.
It sticks just
Same
like that.
thing here?
Absolutely. Again, this is missing, but
Okay.
oh yeah, here's
the tape.
Here's
Yeah,
the cellophane.
got it.
And you put it on. What is good
seal it
about
back.
this is the cold pipes will sweat and the hot pipes will lose heat. So this is good on all applications.
Okay, so whether it's a cold pipe or a hot pipe.
You've been in basements perhaps where the cold pipes are dripping with water in the summer because people leave the windows open.
Sure.
And so you do want to foam your cold pipes to keep them from sweating.
Okay.
And you want to put the foam on the hot pipes so they retain the heat.
All right. And what is this? This is called the Watchdog water alarm, and it finds leaks?
This is a device that will detect a leak while you're gone, and if it detects a leak, it will shut the water off.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And this is a good thing to have.
Yeah.
So you use it for sinks and baths, around the air conditioner, water, washing machine, dishwasher, refrigerator, or a sump pump, so that you find out in advance.
Very valuable.
All right.
This is a dryer hose. We're all familiar with these. This is one of the best kind you can use because it allows the free flow of air. It's what I call a metal slinky. They do sell some that are plastic slinkies. Those are less desirable because they tend to clog up with the lint and you lose your drying power. And so you run it for 60 minutes. Yeah.
Good thing.
Yeah, the best one is the solid type, but this is good. Make sure you keep it tight. You don't want to have it laying around behind the dryer. You don't want it longer than necessary. These can be cut with scissors and tin snips. For the proper length.
Okay, so you want the shortest possible distance on
Yes, absolutely.
these. You're right about the slinky. Okay, we'll keep going. What else?
This is a variety of pipe wraps we have, and they all do the same thing. They keep the pipe, if it's cold, from sweating. They keep, if it's hot, they keep it
the heat in.
And they're various, always follow the manufacturer's directions. Some of these require wrapping, others are like this, but they all work. And
now this is made of fiberglass and plastic, so one should use gloves when they're handling
Right,
this.
I was going to say, when you're using the fiberglass, it's an irritant, and you or members of the family, you should keep the door shut while you're doing this and wear gloves and a little very inexpensive
Now, are these
respirator.
very attractive glasses wise to use when you're fooling around with fiberglass?
Well, especially overhead. Certainly, it helps keep the fiberglass away.
So you want to protect your eyes, protect your breathing, protect your hands. Okay.
Now, these items, this is an example of this one here. This is a larger one. These are really critical in a crawl space type environment where it might freeze.
And this is an electric water pipe freeze protection cable. So you wrap the cable, plug it in, and it keeps it from freezing.
There's a little thermostat right here, somewhere here. Oh, right here. These cost different lengths, roughly $30 to $50.
Okay.
They use 6 watts a foot, so they're not that expensive.
Right.
You can leave them in all fall.
Sure. And if this saves you from having frozen pipes, very economical. Good investment.
It's usually for an for a hose spigot that's underneath a porch or something.
Okay. All right.
What
do
again,
we see
we have. Here's another example of pipe wrap. What's nice about this pipe wrap with the foil on it, it's malleable. You can really form fit this. This is a little bit of a exercise in frustration sometimes. You have to take your time and then you need to wrap it with this because of the fiberglass.
But this is an
really
all-in-one. This
slick.
comes ready to go.
It
It's already
comes
got
on
the
roll.
foil.
It's got the foil
You mold
on
it.
it. It's got a little bit of tiny foam on it, and you just wrap it around. You make a mistake, you just peel it off and start over again. And you go like this with your fingers and hands. It works really nicely.
Now, Clough doesn't make mistakes, of course, but for those mere mortals among us, sometimes we do. So this is a good one.
Yes, it is.
All right, tell us what we're seeing here.
Okay, what we have here are a number of energy-saving devices. This here is a frost protector. Energy, not so much energy saving, but saving your wallet.
Okay.
Because you want your hose bib to be protected from freezing.
All right.
If you don't have a shut off.
What are we seeing here? This is a great.
Yeah, this is a slick little device.
This is an indoor.
It's an indoor clothes dryer.
Clothesline.
Clothes
dryer. Okay.
And you would bring it to an opposite wall, and you don't have to use your dryer.
Okay, tell us.
We do recommend a fan moving around if you
Okay,
have
we're a
some
little
air
close
moving.
on time.
Okay.
Give us the highlights. What do we
All
need
right.
to see here? This is a water-saving.
Yeah, this is a water-saving shower head.
Shower head.
Here's a little nice device to have your family members know when their time is up, 5 minutes is up.
So that goes
for a
on,
shower.
and when it turns red, it's time to get out of the shower.
Right, it's an honor system.
Okay.
You have to get out. This is a bag that you may have seen in the back of older toilets to help displace water. Mm-hmm. And also in this, this one is to insulate it. You've seen toilets that sweat a lot.
Sure.
They work really well.
Okay,
Yep.
what else have we got?
We have a variety of lights. Lights are confusing now because of people having to switch over. There are still incandescent light bulbs like this one here.
Mm-hmm.
They'll still be available.
Okay.
They're a 60-watt bulb now, incandescent, can be replaced with a new incandescent that is in fact only 45 watts. So
all right.
But we have CFLs that are floodlights. We have LED. There's a variety, and they're all very competitive cost-wise because they last longer.
Okay, thank you, Clough. I really
you're very
appreciate this. So
welcome.
we've got indoor clotheslines, we've got wraps for pipes, whether those are cold pipes or hot pipes, with fiberglass and a wrap that goes over them, and devices so that people can make sure that they don't have gaps, because gaps are bad.
Gaps are bad.
Thank you so much, Clough.
very
I
welcome.
appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Well, this has been quite a day. Rodney, thank you so much. You are the manager of the Augusta store, and you have given us a wonderful, wonderful set to work with here today. Come over closer, because we want everybody to know what all is available at Lowe's, because you also have clinics so that people can train. You have equipment, you have specialists here like Rodney, and well, you're Rodney, but like Richie and also Clough. What do people need to know, and how do they get in touch to find out what all you have going at Lowe's?
Well, Dott, I first want to say thank you for Spectrum Generations to come out to our site and everything, but absolutely, everything that we've seen here today, you can come out to the store. We'll get one of our specialists to walk you through it. You can go to Lowes.com for the how-to clinics, again, for those who want to kind of get a little extra help to see that they can do this kind of thing.
Some people need a lot of extra help, you know, Rodney. Some people like me.
Yeah.
You're very patient.
Yep. And then one last thing, for those folks like myself, and maybe yourself, who doesn't feel comfortable doing these types of things, a lot of these services we offer right here at Lowe's that will do it for you.
Oh, terrific. So they can come in, and there are 13 Lowe's around the state, but you'll certainly want to come to Lowe's in Augusta, Maine. Thank you again, Rodney. Thank you, Lowe's. We've had a wonderful day here. I'm Dott Freeman. This is Mature Lifestyle. See you next time.
Mature Lifestyle is made possible by Hollywood Slots of Bangor, where every player's a star, and by Knowlton Hewins Roberts Funeral Homes and Cremation Service. Our homes are warm and welcoming, and we take care of you and your family like we would our own. Call us anytime. We are here for you.
You're watching TWC TV, only on Time Warner Cable.